Hey everyone, how's it going? I would like to welcome you to Grafton Custom Woodworking. This video is for the Jennie and Davis Box of Scrap Challenge. On January 12th, they posted a challenge to see what people could do with their scrap cutoffs. So I ordered a box. Now let's see what kind of mess I got myself into. A lot of wood there. With thick chunks. Yeah. I can smell it. It smells good. So, a lot of thick chunks. Ooh, that'll be fun there. Maybe do something, but clean that up. Do something with that. That'll be a pretty piece. And a couple more chunks. One thing I don't see any of their cutting board, little pieces of their cutting board. Kind of had maybe a couple ideas to do with that, but I got some good wood here. Got a lot of ideas. Let's see what we can do with it. This is one of the pieces that I got from Jennie and Davis. And so looking at it, I'm thinking what I would like to do is I went to Rockler and got a cheese slicer kit. Maybe pour some epoxy in it. And one thing that I was looking at is this is really not wide enough. So I do have a couple of cutoffs myself. And so I'm going to maybe glue it on the ends and make a little design with. Really looking at this board, you can see there's a lot of stuff up in there, and epoxy won't take that really good. So what we'll have to do is take a couple tools, clean it out. So I'm going to kind of just scrape it around a little bit and get some of all that stuff out. Once I kind of get most of it cleaned up, then I'll take like a wire brush or something and kind of really scratch it out and get it good and clean. Now for the fun part. It is complete, all dried up, and it is looking really good. Check this out. So, epoxy, a little bit darker than what I like, but it's got some really good marble in it, so it really does look good. Colors on it turned out phenomenal. Got a nice little edge profile to hold on to it, nice and soft, and it is functional, so that's what we wanted. Great project. For my next project, I have this piece of wood right here, and it was broke. It was a whole piece right here, and it got sent to me broke in half, and thought about doing some kind of live edge with it, but it's kind of small. I thought about putting the two pieces back together, pour some epoxy in it, but I really didn't want to do that. But what I did come up with is it's fixing to be Valentine's Day. And so I'm thinking what I can do is I will have it sitting like this and kind of clean this up and make it look more like a live edge. And then I'm going to try to do something that I've never done before. And that is I'm going to hand engrave or hand carve this out and then maybe put some epoxy in it. I've never used a router before and hand carved, so try it out. Hopefully I don't mess this piece of wood up. I did go ahead and clean up the faces of this. It was really bad. I mean, if you look, this is what it kind of looked like. So it was pretty rough, and I didn't want to try to freehand on that. So I did go ahead and clean it up. I have this dark roast stain that I'm going to put on here that will darken this up really good, and I think that will look good with all this. It is all done. So I did go ahead and put some Odizol on it for a finish and let it sit and wiped it off, but it's done and it looks good. For this project, I am thinking about doing something to go along with a older project. One of the very first projects I did when I started learning how to do woodworking was a paper tray. And so I'm thinking about doing something to kind of go along with that. I got this board here, and this is one of the scraps. And so what I'm thinking is I'm going to make a little place where you see right here, I kind of drew some little lines. I'm going to cut it out at an angle, and so that way the phone can sit in here, and then right here there'll be where you can put a little notepad and then some business cards and a pencil and a pen. And so I kind of drew it out. I think it'll fit here. Got to come up with how we're going to do this. I did go ahead and clean up the faces and then squared up everything on the edges, and then took some measurements and kind of drew out where I liked everything, how everything wanted to be. And what I'm thinking, how I'm going to get this angle for the phone to sit on. So I want the top of it to be the top, and then it kind of slender down into the side. I'm going to use a router and kind of clean that up. But what I'm thinking is I found this scrap of wood here, and I will cut it from corner to corner. And I kind of looked at that will probably give me the right angle, or a good angle, that I can put on here and use it as a base on the router to get that right angle. So I don't know if it's going to work. Let's try it. But basically what's going to happen is the router is going to sit on here, and we're going to route it back and forth. Now, as usual, router makes a mess. And this is just what kind of fell on behind it, so there was a lot more that went all over. But I got as much as I could. It's all the way to the end, and as far as down, now I just need to go in and do some chisel work and sanding down and cleaning up. So it's smooth, and it's a good angle. I like it. We got it all cleaned up now, and so really only thing left to do is a lot of really hand sanding, some fine tuning all up in these corners, and just getting all the edges. Got it all sanded up, and it's nice and smooth, soft to the touch. So let's put a little bit of Odizol on it and see how it turns. This thing turned out amazing. I really love the way it looks. And it's just soft to the touch. It's all smoothed down, and you know, you can see it's got little color figurations in it there, some there. Look on the back, it's got some there. It's just the color in it is just really good. I did go ahead and add some felt feet to it, so that way when it sits, it sit and not scratch it up. But if you look, it's perfect. It's just, you can put everything right in it. Everything sits. Pencil goes right smooth in it, your pen goes right in it, and then you put your business cards right there. And if you didn't want to have like a little notepad like this, but it's got plenty of room for, you know, little sticky notes and stuff. But I love it. It is really nice. Once a month, my son gets this box in the mail to build things and make different things and stuff like that. And here recently, he got one that makes hand soap. So he got these little things here, some different stuff, a little casting, and then make little designs, and then some things here so that way he can make some hand soap. But it came with this little, a little soap dish that looked like, after doing some research and looking around, and I finally came across one that I kind of liked a little bit. It's from the Wood Shop Companion. It's the soap or scrap wood soap saver. And so the design here kind of looks similar to what was in my son's pack, so I kind of liked it. I'm going to go with it and see what we can do. And I found this piece of wood here. This was part of the scrap that was in the box, and I think we can get good size out of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it to the table saw, and I'm going to cut it halfway because I need it not as thick. And so I'll be able to make a couple of them out of this. The jig makes 3 of the soap dishes, and I was able to get 6 pieces out of this. Now that I got all these cut up, and basically what I need to do is sand them down and just kind of get in between, kind of get some of those corners a little bit soft in between where the cuts are. I got them all sanded up, and let me tell you, that really was a chore. So I had to, really get all up in here in these little grooves and smooth these down, all up in here, all in the corners here and stuff like that, and really fine tune. But you got to be really careful that they don't break off, especially some of these corners here. I'm going to use some Danish oil. Check these out. That's just beautiful. Got some color in them, and they just look really, really, really good. I love them. Really pleased the way these turned out and look, so very happy with them. And so I did take some time off out of the shop, and me and my son did make those soap that we were talking about. So we made some soap pieces, so you can actually just set the soap on them. And you can see these are little soap pieces that we made, and you just set your soap on it. And this just really goes to show that your scrap wood is not always trash. I hope you enjoyed watching this just as much as I enjoyed making all these different projects. The full build videos will be coming out soon, and I do have a few small pieces left over that I have some ideas for more projects. If you would like to be notified when these future videos get posted, please subscribe by hitting the bell icon, and I really would appreciate if you would like this video also. Thank you so much for watching. It really means a lot to me, and we will see you next time.